What up, what up, what up, what up? Hello, Facebook Live. Hey, honey, it's Val. It's Val, and I'm here to talk to you today about my growth and the growth that I'm learning from my peers and some deep shit that I needed to know that I want to share with you. That's going to affect your bottom line, just like it's going to affect mine. So I'm feeling a little bit better than I was. If you don't know me, I'm Val, and I'm an artist and a guide. I help people every day come back to themselves, and I do this because I've been doing this for years, and I just got back from Bali. I went to Bali last week for my first trip there ever with an amazing bunch of power ladies, and that's a big time difference. And I've also been processing a lot. So say hello if you're here with me. I want to say hi. And this is really good stuff I'm bringing through today. And if you're my audience, I know this is going to really impact you. So I want you to let me know if you're watching the replay. And I want you to reach out to me if this resonates for you. I know I've been posting a couple things over the last couple of days, and I've gotten a lot of response. So I want you to open up yourself to this message that's coming through and know that if you hear this, you're meant to hear it. Ooh, look at us. You're meant to hear it, and you're meant to know what's coming through because it's really powerful stuff. Hi, Annette. How are you? So I just want to wait a second and let everybody come on. I pulled some more cards here. I want to let some people come on and invite your friends and share this live stream if you feel like you know the energy is what everybody needs to know. And I will tell you that I work with highly sensitive, highly aware, creative visionaries. Most of my clients tend to be highly empathic, which means they really feel everyone else. And one of our traits as feelers, and the ability to be so highly aware, is that we don't feel ourselves. Do you relate to that, Annette? And so this is what I'm going to talk about today. Because this work, this knowing, is what everybody's avoiding. That's what everybody's avoiding, and it's the stuff that is keeping me stuck, has kept me stuck. I'm speaking from personal experience, and I want you to tune into this because I want you to move past it. I want us all to move past it. We all need to fucking get over this thing that I'm talking about today. So say hello if you're here with me, share the live stream, and you know what? I did a 3-card spread, and I have an image that goes with what I picked earlier. Hi, Hande. And then I wanted to do a fresh 3-card spread with the energy that's going to join me today. So say hello and share the live stream. And I should share to my page here and get this going. So this is going to be brief but good, really, really good. As usual, it's always good, honey. And I want to talk about this because, fuck, everybody's doing it. Everybody's doing it, and I'm really seeing this in my client base too. And now I'm seeing that I've been doing this, and it's what's keeping us stuck. And it's got to stop. It's got to stop. So here, let me share this and get some more crew on here and tell me if you're here and say hello and talk to me, honey. All right, I'm going to share this to my page. Hi, say hello. Say hello. And then I'm going to share it to my free group, Valtopia. You're welcome to come and join in the free group. And join us live. And that's good enough for today. That's good enough for today. I'm still feeling a little bit protective of myself. When you go on a big trip and you meet with amazing power ladies and you dig up all this stuff, and you're recreating your brain patterns, and you're regenerating your cells, and you're traveling on the plane, and you have kids, it can be a lot. It can be a lot. So I'm honoring my body and myself, and I do feel a little vulnerable right now and a little protected. And so this is what happens. This is what I want to talk about today. Many of us who are highly sensitive and highly aware have become so because, the original plan, that comes from, when we're born, we're choose to come do and be who we are. But in our family that we chose, many of us experienced a circumstance where we weren't allowed to process or feel our emotions. And we learn to, because we're so highly aware, because we're so sensitive, we know how to feel everyone else. And we have great empathy for others. So it's easy for us to shut down, stuff down, bypass, disassociate from our feelings for whatever reason that occurs. Some of us have experienced trauma and abuse. Some of us just have really controlling family members. Some of us are just so highly sensitive and reactive that we don't learn how to express our feelings because it's so traumatic. And you know what? You're not going to progress past certain phases if all those feelings are inside of you and you're not able to process them and feel them. And many of us don't even know we're doing it. And I sit and talk about this all the time. I've been talking about this for several years, and I'm still doing it. I'm still doing it. Can you relate? I want you guys to comment and tell me what you're thinking about this. There's a very particular way that this work, and I've seen clients come to me and know that they want what I'm offering, and then they shy away. Because they know I'm going to bring up those feelings. They know that when you work with me, we're going to get to it. We're going to get to the work. And I think I serve very well those of you who are highly empathic and highly sensitive, because we are on lockdown. Our hearts are shut down. Our throats are closed. We're so vulnerable and sensitive that we don't want to move into those feelings. And it takes a special kind of guide to unlock a highly gifted, magical, sensitive person. And that's what I'm here to do. And I think a lot of you have been coming to me and then shying away because you don't want to excavate the feelings. You don't want to go in there. You think your life's going to become uprooted and difficult and go into chaos if you don't deal with that. If you bring up that stuff, if you bring up those feelings, you want to keep it all neat and tidy and under the surface. You want to keep things together. But hello, if you just keep things together and don't release that stuff, actually what's happening, and this is what's been happening to me, while I've improved certain areas because I was able to go and move through and process those things, there's just certain areas where I haven't been making progress. Because inside of me, I'm still set at a certain point, and I have not been willing to dig up that stuff. Does this resonate for you guys? Let me know how this feels for you. And let me know if you watch the replay. Hi, Dina. So I got to just lay it out straight. If you've been drawn to me and you know that I can lift this up for you, don't shy away from the work. Like, I love someone that can help guide me through the work. I had one of my mentors at this event last week made me cry because she was willing to stand up and like get to it, right? And in the process of that, it like unearthed it. And I don't make you cry, but I will stay with you present. And the energy magic that I have tends to just start stirring it up because I can feel it in you. Like I'm starting to feel someone's throat chakra right now. And that's the beauty of working with another empath as you go, is that I know what you're feeling. And if you don't quite know yet, I can say, well, it feels tight here. And then you're like, oh yeah, it does feel tight. And then we can get into the intuitive hits and understand what it is. Because sometimes some of us that are on the worst lockdown, I feel, it's because we have a shit ton of magic and we're trying to keep it under wraps. We're scared to open up the box. And I'm telling you, if you're afraid to go in and do feel and move through what's there for you to then reflect back to you, you're going to stay exactly where you are. And you may improve in certain places, but the parts where you're like blind to it, will continue to call in that level of feeling. And those feelings that are unprocessed will continue to be reflected back to you. It's maddening, but once you actually look at it and know, oh my gosh, I can actually shift this if I'm willing to give myself that. If I'm willing to give myself the time and the space and the support to unearth what's been hidden from me, I will be able to change. How does this sound to you? How does this sound? So I pulled a bunch of cards when I first started, And listen, I've got offerings from $22 all the way up to thousands of dollars where you can do this work. I know how hard it is. I've been one of the most resistant on certain things just because I guess I was afraid, you know? I felt afraid or scared without even knowing it. Because I'm a really ballsy person, and I've been very brave, and I've taken huge leaps, and I've invested and taken the steps, and I've learned, and I've been doing this forever. And yet there were still parts of me that were kind of keeping me in sabotage mode because they didn't want to get unearthed, right? And it's time to unearth that stuff. It will set you free. It really will. So let me know if this resonates for you. I have space to work with me one-to-one, and I do have self-guided courses that can help do clearing. And I'll tell you, one of my clients and somebody that works with me just went through the material, and it did uproot things in her life. And she said, I didn't want to go there, but now I realize it's for the better. Now I'm coming into alignment. Now I'm actually dealing with some things that have been on hold for such a long time because I was afraid to go there. And by listening to your audios and by getting the work, it opened up those parts of me that I just wouldn't go and do it. Right? Hi, Laura. Say hello. Say hello. So that's the beauty of working with frequencies and sound, is that we can shuffle up things that have been hidden and begin. And then in addition, I have the mindset and the tools and techniques to help not just releasing, but learning how to process and learning how to just day to day address what's coming through for you so that you don't get stuck. The whole idea, the whole reason I put myself out there is because I felt trapped. I felt trapped for years. And I thought I still have parts of me inside that feel trapped. And I still have parts of me inside that think I don't deserve support and that I don't deserve certain things. And we all do that. There's no shame in that. It is what it is. And all we have to do is recognize that and speak it to ourselves and find guides and mentors who will help shuffle it up and release it, and to not be afraid of the shuffle up and the release and the way it's going to kind of disorganize your life for a minute while you let things reorganize that's more aligned to who you really are, not this kind of shell or mask or appeasement that we're doing. It's just really powerful. And I don't want you to let yourself down and not do it because it seems scary or you're afraid to go there. Fucking go there. It's better, let it be a mess and let it change. You deserve it. You are worthy of what's come through for you. You're worthy to feel what's inside of you. And I invite you to find any way you can, whoever you're drawn to shuffle up and open up and let you feel your feelings and process them. And I'm bringing through something that's going to address this because I've been called to do it forever, and now I know why I didn't do it yet, because I had more work to do myself on learning how to really get to the deep root in the process of this. So, all right, so look at these cards that came through. We got the abundance card. I always get the abundance card. Abundance is always around me. Hi, Cheryl. You'll have to go back and watch the beginning because I'm sharing some really powerful awareness as a way to get unstuck, right? So we have the abundance card that came through, and then we have the Queen of Discs, which is about feeling your emotions. So abundance comes from allowing yourself to be and know and recognize your emotions, and then to deal with whatever comes up from that and to let it be what it is. Hey, and so then we got the Trinity. So also, as we're allowing what we're called to be and do, hi Lisa, and allowing our feelings, we must have a practice of being grounded and connected to all of our support. I call it cosmos, heart, and earth, but we can also think of the divine mother, divine father, and inner child, balance of the trinity of virtues as you go through this process. So that comes from also honoring your body. And I have some clients who, will be doing this work, and then it's like they're not drinking water or moving their body. Well, no, everything is in balance. And tending to your nourishment on all levels, and allowing yourself to flush out. These things are trapped inside of us. It's energy. And that's my gift, because I feel and see that about you. I have trouble seeing it for myself, which is typical for many empaths. And I'm learning to recognize and release and honor what I need and who I am and what's coming through for me. And as I do, I become more abundant and I get more connected to who I'm meant to, and everything works out more powerfully. This is the high flyer. And this is about, being on the line and letting yourself be on the edge, looking above and taking those risks and allowing yourself to feel that process in love, being loving and compassionate to yourself as you go through this process. So here's what I want to do. I pulled 3 cards this morning from from a couple decks, and I posted it in my good friend Leah, the Magical Lives group. Oops, that went flying out. And so now what I'm going to do is I want you to put in the comments whether you want a 1, 2, or 3. And then I'm going to do the reading for you guys right now, a fresh one. And then I'll also post what I pulled earlier today. So I've been missing tuning into the community. I've been not doing this because I've been honoring myself. And I've been knowing that this is a season for me to regenerate and reorganize my life and upgrade how I do things and honor how far I've come in the work that I do and all the clients that I have and how it is. And sometimes that means pulling back a little bit. And that's what I've been doing in terms of giving free. Okay, Laura's picking 2. Pick 1, 2, or 3 if you're here, and even if you're watching the replay. Tune in, ground in, take a deep breath. Ooh, I can't wait to get rid of this mucus, And pick 1, 2, or 3. Now I'm tuning into 2's energy. It's for 2. There we go. Ooh, we got a ton of cards for 2. Oh my gosh. And then we're going to pick 3. That's fun that you guys are picking 2 because I got a whole slew of cards. Let's see. Nema wa nima. And let me know what you think about what I was telling you earlier. How do you feel about tuning into your emotions? How do you know how to process what's coming through for you? Where do you feel like you think you're stuck? What is it you think that's keeping you from your progress, or maybe why you got caught in a loop? What is it you think is going on? You want to go so you can go to bed. Hi, George. Hi, Hal. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. You got to go back and watch the replay because I'm sharing with you what I've discovered about myself and what I'm seeing in my clients that is keeping people stuck and not getting over themselves. You know what I'm saying? Aha, this card keeps coming up. I love it. All right. Okay, we have 1, 2, and 3. Etta, what up, my lady? Say hello. Cheryl says not enough sleep. Okay, so why aren't you sleeping? Hey, George, watch the beginning because that's going to help you. Now, I want you guys to pick 1, 2, or 3, and then I'm going to do this reading. So, and share this so the message comes through because the message is really powerful. And listen, I'll repeat it again because I said it at the top, but I want you to hear it. I am powerful, and you know it, and you've been running away from me because you don't want to feel and do the work that's actually going to change your life. And I've been in a place where I've been investing and still not doing some of this work, and I've seen how it keeps me stuck, and I've seen when I actually open up to the stuff that I'm scared of, that I've been paying all this money for, that it actually shifts. So don't be afraid of my power or your power or what's going to be unearthed. That's what's going to change your life. That's what's actually going to change your life. It's going to change your life, but you get to choose how it's going to go once you unearth what's sitting there for you. Ooh, who's got a throat chakra going? So did you guys pick 1, 2, or 3 for this group reading here? Yeah, everybody put in the comments what you're going to do. All right, here we go. You ready? And how does that message resonate for you? What have you been afraid to look at about yourself What have you been resistant to unearth and feel? And why? And for me, it's because I just simply, many of us think, oh, well, I don't want to think that because then it'll become real and I want to keep my thoughts positive. Or I've moved past that and it's over. And no, every day there's a reality happening inside of you that will then be calling in your reality. And so we have to go through a process first of releasing all the old stuff that's no longer true, but then also learning to recognize when it's still coming up and how to, well, what's that for? What's that there for? Why am I feeling this? What is this about? It's good shit, man. All right, I'm getting ready to do the reading. Okay? Let me know what you think about this. All right, so if you picked number 1, Annette. Who else picked number 1? Cheryl. All right. Yoga. You're being called to move your body and do some yoga. And we got that message on the other reading too. And friendship is coming up for you. So tuning into friendship and what that, you're longing for friendship. You're desiring friendship to guide you. Maybe you're going to find your friends when you do your yoga. I don't know. I want to pull a question card to go with this. Each one, so that you have something to journal with or pull cards with. So in this way, and these cards that we read and these journaling that we do is the way that we figure out what's going on. This is the work. But if you're finding that you're just noodling around and staying stuck, you want to find somebody that's going to actually crack it open for you. Whoa. Okay, here we have 3 question cards. I love it. All right, so the question that goes with number 1 is, why do I commit? So commit to your yoga and tune into your friendships. They're important to you and you're being called to that. All right, if you pick number 2, and if you're just joining, pick 1, 2, or 3. We got a whole bunch of cards. Oh my gosh, look at this. Yes, look at this. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we got the moon coming up, and I know that this moon we just had, and there are solar flares blasting us. It starts tomorrow, but people have already been feeling it this week. It's regenerating us. It's allowing us to let go of what doesn't serve. If you've been feeling all kinds of anxiety, feel it. What's it there to show you? Why are you feeling anxious? What is the anxiety? What are these uncomfortable feelings illuminating inside of us that need to be brought into awareness? Hi, Joy. So this is where self-care is coming in. And that's what I've been drinking, a lot of water. I've been resting. I've been shifting my habits to a really positive place to support my body. If we don't support our body, how can any of this stuff work, right? You gotta love on your body. And so we have nature walk. So if you haven't gotten out and stuck your feet in the grass and the ground, you know what to do, right? It's really important. Ooh, someone's throat chakra's popping. Follow your intuition. Hi, Joy. Follow your intuition. And if you don't know what your intuition is telling you, then that's where we need to do some work to tune in and see how it goes. What is coming up for you? And I found that many of my clients, most of the clients that actually do sign up with me are highly intuitive and psychic and empathic and clairaudient and all this stuff. They just don't know the depth of it because they take it for granted because they've been like that their whole life and they think everybody's like that. Which causes us to go into self-sabotage. If you ignore yourself and don't follow your intuition and you're trying to please others and you're tuning yourself out, someone's throat chakra is popping right now on another level. We self-sabotage. We go into feelings that are negative because we feel powerless or we feel overwhelmed because we're not listening to ourselves and our soul's like, hey, what are you doing down there? And then we feel like shit. And then we throw ourselves off, right? George, that's you right there in terms of not following your intuition or self-sabotaging. George, you're self-sabotaging? Self-sabotage is a sign, a deep sign. It's a cry for help from yourself. It's a cry for help from yourself. And be grateful for the sabotage that it's showing you something that you want to change in your life. It's something that you desire to shift. It's a sign. So listen to yourself. And if you really can't tune in, it's time to get some help. Why stay stuck? Why stay stuck for years following some convention that you don't get help, or we don't do that, or that's weird, or how's this going to work? I can guarantee you, if we sit down together, I will feel what you're feeling in your body. And I've been through it all, honey. I've been through a lot, and I've learned a lot from these people that have moved through so much themselves. We can shift it. We can change it. So why not? And the way I work right now is still very personal. I haven't gotten so big that you don't get access to me. And what that benefits you is if you are really wounded or very sensitive, highly sensitive, sometimes we need a little coaxing first before we get to it. And sometimes when you pay these really high level people, it's very hands off. You're expected to do the work. And if you kind of don't know how to do the work and you're still kind of caught in trauma, you're gonna pay a lot of money to feel like an ass. I've done it, okay? So find people that are accessible if you're still in a very wounded state, so that you can shift into a place where you can actually hear these high-level people, because they've already moved past a certain level and they're just not available for our drama, our whining, our emotions that we're not quite sure about, and the work that we're not willing to do. You will be doing the work. I did a whole journal. I might relaunch it, actually, my 3-day reboot. I had people in there that wouldn't journal for years, and they journal after 24 hour, within 24 hours of going through the first session with me. It was a live group experience. I understand what it means to be stuck, and I understand what it means to feel shame when others give you guidance and you feel vulnerable and you feel like you did something wrong and you feel like you're not worthy of getting help. And I get it all. It's like, I'm so powerful and I've come up so far, and yet I know what it feels like to just think that you don't get to have that, or you don't get to do that. And it's fucking bullshit. You get to have everything you decide you get to have, and that feeling that you don't get to deserve to have it is just something that got stuck inside of you at some point. And we can clear it and change it. And you're a beautiful human being with gorgeous frequencies coming through you, and family and people around you that love you and need you. And it's no reason for you to sit there and feel bad about yourself and think that you're the only person on the planet that doesn't get to shift. That's just not true. All right, so reflect on your journey, and without shame and judgment, and let yourself come up, right? Entrepreneurship is a powerful way to get to know yourself and move through sabotage and learn, as long as you stay the course. It's a very powerful place. You're being called to read if you chose number 2. There's so many wonderful books that can guide you through a lot of this too right now. Laura says you're speaking right through me right now with this reading. Good, Laura, good. And soulmate energy is coming through. So this whole rant energy expression, which I see I've lost a few people already. Why am I supportive? And this support is about you. This support is about you supporting yourself. And sometimes we don't know how to support ourselves. So you got to find what you're calling in. Ask for it. Know that you're worthy of it. Expect to be loved and supported. And you will be. Okay? How did that resonate? So who picked number 3? Who picked choice number 3? And then I got to go get my kitties. Gotta go get my kitties. All right, so if you chose number 3, surround yourself with positivity. Only allow into your space what and who makes you smile and brings you joy. You are in control of your inner light. Nobody can dim it unless you give them access to the dimmer switch. Okay? So courage is coming through. So you want to be surrounding yourself with positivity and courage. And look at this. Both of these cards, this is the peace card in this deck. And it says, why am I peaceful? So if you pick number 3, it seems like you're calling in peace. And the way to peace is to surround yourself with positivity and to tap into that courage that is inside of you. I love it when you get the same cards in the same deck. So that is the reading. I also have, I'll post the image of the reading I did earlier today, and it was some similar cards. And if you're interested in working with me one-to-one, I do have space. I have some beautiful products on Valtopia.com that you can go through self-guided, Clean Slate, Clear Vision, The Abundance Awakening, and we're getting together the 3-day reboot. And I'm going to be launching some new things in a couple days. I'm giving myself time to let it come through fully after Bali and everything. So let me know how it goes. Private message me if you have questions about working with me, and let's see where we can go. I'm here for you. Own your frequency, honey. There's nobody like you.